Alrighty, you are looking live at Sold Out MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 and playoff-bound New York Giants will be taking on the 0-16 Buffalo Bills. And why are the Buffalo Bills 0-16? Because they suck. It never gets old. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all is going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Or if anybody's going to spend any time watching a replay this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. I'm going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight. Shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free, fire away. Throw it in the chat box. You should try to check on the chat box like every 5 or 10 minutes or so. As soon as I see something in there, try to respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free and fire away. Before I get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel out, it would mean the absolute world to me. In the description box below, the top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. First one's called the Saquon, second one's called the Lawrence Taylor, and the third membership level I got is called the Gridiron. Each one's got their own little perks to them. So if you want to help support my channel out, it means so much to me, and I thank you in advance. Thank you. If you are subscribed to my channel, once again, thank you. I can use all the support I can get, guys. But if not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way, next time I go live or I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? But if you are subscribed to my channel, I thank you. And then finally, also, there's down below, there's 2 additional links. The top one takes you to my Facebook group, and the second one takes you to my Twitter account. To me, it's Twitter. It's always been Twitter. It's Twitter now. It'll always be Twitter in the future. Whatever Elon Musk, whatever letter of the alphabet he decides to call it this week or month or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. It's Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, I will follow you back. That's an absolute promise. Also, there's a Facebook link there, which takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. I have over 6,800 members in the group. It's growing almost leaps and bounds every day. I'm putting stuff in there every day, darn near 365. If I'm alive and breathing and I have internet access, there's stuff. I'm putting stuff in this group. And if you become a member, you can post stuff in this group as well, too. So between me and the members, there's a ton of New York Giants information going in this group every day. All right, well, all that stuff said and done, out of the way with, well, I seen this, and sometimes you just I don't know. It's one of those things. Is fans sometimes we just go over the line a little bit too much and all and everything, and especially when somebody winds up getting hurt. I remember one of the there's a lot of obviously tons of instances. For the most part, usually the fans and everybody are classy individuals. Even the opponents, when the opponents don't mean to necessarily hurt somebody, but a lot of times you see somebody gets injured and they take a knee. The opposing team takes a knee, or somebody gets up, they're hurt or whatever like that. What I mean? Fans are usually totally classy and they clap and all that stuff and everything. I remember the one time, of course, it was in Philadelphia. Michael Irvin was sprawled out in the middle of a Veterans Stadium, the field there, and he could have been paralyzed or anything like that. And of course, the low-life scumbag Eagle fans that they are, they were cheering and clapping. The guy could have been paralyzed or whatever like that, but the Eagle fans are absolutely totally worthless and classless pieces of human scum. And of course, they were cheering for the guy. Sometimes you can go, a lot of it's because probably 99.9% of the Eagle fans were probably drunk at the time. But sometimes you can just overstep the boundaries a bit. Sometimes you forget, that people are just human beings and all that stuff. And, just because they get injured, and maybe they're not, the team's not doing well, or he's not performing well, or this, that, and the other thing, and he gets injured. Sometimes some fans, they just step over the boundaries, shall we say, And it was nice to see that, Saquon actually was stood up for Daniel Jones when he got injured last week, because Saquon's on the sideline there. He sees and he hears what's going on and all and everything, right? And damn well that Saquon and DJ they got a bond going, and it ain't no secret, Daniel Jones is without question a better quarterback, and the New York Football Giants are without question a better football team, especially an offensive team when number 2-6 is in the backfield without question. But I mean, Daniel Jones and Saquon, they got a nice bond going. Who knows? I mean, are they going to be playing in New York Giants blue together for the next 5 or 10 years? 10 years, but 5, 6, 7 years or whatever. Unfortunately, probably not. But the time they've spent together, they've certainly formed a bond with each other and all that. And it was nice last week when Daniel Jones got injured. Saquon, took offense to. I'm not sure if it was a fan or a couple fans or whatever it was, but Saquon revealed the comment a fan, I guess it must have been just a fan, made during last week's loss against the Miami Dolphins that triggered him to shout back in defense of Daniel Jones. Speaking with the media on Thursday, Barkley addressed what had been behind the now viral video that showed him interacting with someone in the crowd during last weekend's game against the Dolphins. He said, I guess it's him, right? We live in New York and New Jersey, and we play for the Giants. That's expected. They want a team that's going to go out there and win. So when it's the booing, when it's the cheering, when they say all this, I'm okay with that, Barkley explained. That doesn't bother me. I don't let that get under my skin because, if you let that stuff get under your skin, what everybody's going to say, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. Somebody's going to find something negative to say about you. It doesn't matter. So you can go around and you could literally give everybody $1 million in this world, in the United States, and some people would be mad at you. Some people have bad things to say about you. It doesn't matter. And if you're going to just let everybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there who says something negative about you, or whatever, get under your skin and all that, boy, you're in for a long, hard, tough life. Let me tell you what, you got to let that stuff roll off your skin. Plus you're in New York, media capital of the world. It's very tough to play here. Very, very tough to play here. I said, I don't let that get under my skin. But that moment, especially when Jones, someone who would give his freaking all for this franchise and for this city and go out there and risk it every single day and do whatever he can to bring a Super Bowl to the city, to this organization, and he just hurt his neck. And he's sitting in a blue tent getting checked out for his neck, and you got a fan just mother effing him. That just doesn't sit well with me. He's helpless. He can't do anything. Jones took a beating on the field for the second week in a row. Just the second week in a row, really? Well, I guess you couple, what was it, the 11? Well, it wasn't all. It was only, I think he only had 10 sacks, I guess it was, against Seattle. I think, who was it? Paris Campbell got, I think, the other sack recorded on it for him. But however, 6 sacks, I think, against the Dolphins, was it? Maybe 10 sacks against the Seahawks. So he got sacked 16 times in the last 2 games. And not only the sacks, but how many times was he hit? How many times was this guy hit? Here we go. He was sacked 6 times and took several hard hits throughout the game. In the previous week loss, the Seahawks, Jones, he was sacked. I thought it was just, all right, maybe it was 11 times. I thought he was sacked 10 times and somebody else got sacked once, but it is what it is. Just, I get it. I was a fan of football before. That's not in my makeup. That's not in my character to boo and do stuff like that. But fans, if you just don't like the product that we're doing out there, we got to give them a product to be happy about, Barkley continued. Go ahead and boo. Go ahead and cheer. That's part of the game. But have sympathy at the same time. He's a human being out there, of all people. It shouldn't be Jones. We go. Barkley had been obviously sidelined right, since the Cardinal game. He told reporters Thursday that while he feels more improved since last week, the rehab process is still taking time. He says it sucks as a competitor. You want to be out there. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, he's only has so many more seasons left to play, and for him to go out there and give it his all in the preseason and training camp and all that, just to be prepared to play 17 games, because he only has so many more seasons left. This is season number 6, right? Yeah, he only has so many more left, and to be sitting on the sideline, staying on the sideline, whatever it is, watching the other guys play while you're once again you're injured. It's got to be very, very frustrating. And it's like more of the mindset of, I want to be out there. It's going to change something. It's more the mindset of seeing your guys fighting and you can't do anything about it. It's hard to lead. It's hard to have a presence when you're on the sideline in a hat and a hoodie and street clothes. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean, see, the one thing is, I mean, it's, especially what Saquon's seeing and being exposed to, and all, especially with Daniel. I mean, Daniel's in here every day. I'm pretty much what I keep hearing. He's the first one in. He's the last one out. He's there every day. He's doing all he can, to, I mean, whether he brings a Super Bowl here or not, or championship here or not, that's anybody's guess. Does it look promising, like somewhere along the line, Daniel Jones is going to bring a Super Bowl to the Giants? I'll be nice. I'll just probably not. But that doesn't mean the guy's not trying. I mean, all you can ask from him, because all you can do is your best. All you can try, put in the most effort you can, right? Prepare yourself the best. And some guys can do it. Some guys can't. Some guys, I mean, you see these videos, it's not easy. If it was easy, be a lot more people out there doing it. It's really hard. I mean, you see these YouTube videos and stuff. I seen one guy, like on his, like at the 50-yard line. That was pretty damn impressive. He's on his knees at like the 50-yard line, and he throws the football, and he throws it in basically like 60 yards, and it's like the crossbar. So he's got the accuracy and the length and all of that. It's great. Okay, cool. I mean, some guys can throw the ball farther, some can this, and so great. Whoopie-doo. Great, stand in the pocket and do what Daniel Joneses do, and complete some passes. Good luck. I mean, it's not easy. As I said, I mean, that's why there's only so many people on the face of the earth who can do it. It's a it's the toughest job in all sports, period. Right? I mean, of course, there's so many other different, I know, trying to hit a baseball, hit a round ball with a round bat and try to hit it squarely. Of course, lots of very, very difficult things in sports, obviously. But, standing in a pocket and, putting your life at risk every play on a football, it's very, very difficult. Not everybody can do it, But, all you can ask for is, and you're certainly getting it from them. Try your best and prepare yourself the best you can to perform the best you can. I mean, for whatever reason, some guys just, whether he's shell shocked or whether he just, how many times have you seen him getting back in there and just staring at that one receiver, right? Waiting from the turn, like he did against Seattle, just standing there, right? Okay, hey, you're open. Here it comes. Not maybe going through his progressions, right? Maybe because he's shell-shocked. Who knows? But all you can do is just try to prepare yourself the best you can, do the best you can, blah, 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 all this stuff and everything. And he does that, right? That's all you can ask for. If he's unable to turn into a Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, whoever, if he can't do it, he can't do it. But, try your best. Give it, prepare yourself the best, and that's what he's doing. But it's pretty classless I mean, obviously, a lot of times, people are drunk, football games and stuff like that. I mean, one of the things that just takes it out of, the fun for me going to a football game. I mean, you're cheering and all of that stuff and everything. But of course, there always seems like, to me, anytime I'm like, I sit down, because I go, my son and I would go. Now, he's a Cowboy fan. I know. I don't know how it happened, but he's a Cowboy fan. At least he's not an Eagle fan, right? But so we go to a Cowboy game every year. That's his birthday present. That's my getaway. I go see a football game. It's exciting. I don't have any, skin in the game or nothing like that. I go there, and I'll tell you what, almost every time the Cowboys play, it's a good, exciting game, tight game, especially it's on the road. The Cowboy fans travel well. So that's like his birthday present or whatever, if you want to call it. But it's, it's a little gift for me too, because last year we went to, we were at Lambeau Field. Unbelievable. This year we're going to Miami. So every year we try to go to a different stadium, right? So it's, I love it. It's fun. As I said, sometimes every now and then, you go there and there's always like one idiot or I mean, I remember like last year, we were at Lambeau Field and there was one idiot. He's got a sombrero on and he stands up the whole game. The whole game he's standing up. And basically, there's like, even when we're standing up, because he's in front of us, right? We can't see because this moron's got a sombrero on. So he basically is blocking like 10, 15 yards of the field in front of it because this freaking moron has got or there's some moron there that, thinks everybody in the whole section wants to hear him talk. He's every play he's up there announcing, what's going on, giving his 2 cents worth on every play. Like everybody wants to listen to this jackwagon, probably talk, speak and all that. So unfortunately, there's people that go to games. Most people are, fantastic, but some people obviously, step over the boundaries and all that and everything. And sometimes because they think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and they think, that everybody should be listening to what they got to say, and and everything they say is right and wrong, and all that. And some people are just total morons and shouldn't be at games. And unfortunately, when people get injured, sometimes you get jackwagons out there who, see fit to make fun of the injured player, or or even cursing at him while he's, what I mean, just absolutely totally classless, pathetic people. Usually a lot of times it has to do with alcohol, but it is what it is. But I'm glad to see Saquon stood up for Daniel Jones. I'm sure Daniel Jones would probably do the same thing for him too. But they got a bond here, and it's just a shame because especially with Saquon, you got such a good talent there, and between the Giants not putting a good product on the field or having these injuries or Saquon getting injury, it's a shame because, what Saquon could have done or could have been or whatever, as far as stats and all that and everything, I'm sure he could have been a heck of a lot more than he is right now. It's just a shame. Got a fantastic, phenomenal talent, and due to injuries and the Giants putting poor product on the field, wasting his time, not wasting his time, but wasting his talents and all that and everything. It's just such a shame. Now, of course, should the Giants have drafted him at number 2, that's another story for another day. But, without question, he's, a heck of a talent, And it's a shame. I mean, it's his 6th season already. And we're already talking. I was just talking about, he only has so many more seasons left. I mean, hopefully it's another 4 or 5. Maybe he'll play for 10, 11 years, which would be fantastic. But, all right. Let's see. What was the next thing here? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. The Giants. Oh, my goodness. I said, I've been doing this. This is my 3rd season. I'm doing this here. My first season, I started 2021, right? Yeah, 2021, and it was about March, so it was just after the Giants were 6-10, but they went 5-3. This was Judge's first season, so coming back, it was just before the draft, right? In 2021, then my first season of doing games and all that was the 2020 Judges last season. Then so I did that whole season, and then I did Dable's first season last year, 2022. So I did all his game last year, and this is my third season, right? I haven't seen this. This is 18 guys listed on. I think one of them was just. Was an illness? Was it the Scottish Hammer? We'll go over in a minute, but 18 guys listed on the injured list. I mean, not all of them are, most of them are going to play, but 8, I've never seen that. 18. It's just simply amazing. Absolutely simply amazing that, whatever the Giants do, they're just not allowed to play good football or win a football game or be competitive. It's just simply absolutely amazing. Meanwhile, other teams, absolutely nothing happens to any of their players. Absolutely amazing. I mean, every team gets a little injuries, but it's just simply amazing how some teams just might have one or two guys, maybe so-and-so's got an ingrown toenail and somebody might have I don't know, maybe a bruised elbow or something. Meanwhile, the Giants have 18 guys. Absolutely amazing. It's unbelievable. Whatever the Giants do, it doesn't matter this season. It just doesn't matter because with the luck or the lack thereof, the Giants with all these injuries, it's just nothing can derail a season faster than injuries. And so it's an absolute shame. 18 guys were listed. I mean, it's because we got there's 5 of them that were ruled out, and of course, 3 of them are on the offensive line, and Daniel Jones, and then of course it doesn't look like Saquon's going to be playing. Now with Saquon, it's do you want and I said this before, it's something along, do you want to have him come back at like say 80% and then give him X amount of touches, and of course he maybe makes it a little bit worse, it's going to be a little more sore or whatever, so then the following week he'll be about after even a week off because hey, you play all these plays, you get these touches and you get tackled and all this stuff and everything, right? So after the week off, now you're still at 80%. Then he plays the next game and he gets some more touches and tackled and all of that, and he runs up and down. So once again, he re-aggravates it a little bit. Then he has another week off, and he comes back the following week and he plays it 80%. Do you want an 80%, 75, 80% Saquon for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 week, whatever? Maybe after the bye week he comes back and it'll be 100. Or do you want him to take another game? Do you want him to take another game off? Or maybe 2, maybe, and that way he'll be almost 100% coming back. And now you're almost at the point now with the Daniel Jones being out, all these freaking injuries, it's kind of like, well, the season's slipping away. Well, is it good? All these injuries, is it even going to matter if he comes back? I mean, we'll have better chance, obviously, but these injuries is just unbelievable. So we got 3 offensive linemen. Of course, 2 of them are starters. Matt Parrott with the shoulder. Of course, Azeez Ojulari. Guy plays a game, then he misses a game. Plays a game just unbelievable how this guy cannot stay healthy. Absolutely amazing. Micah McFadden, he's questionable. Let's see here. Wan'Dale Robinson, I think he's limited. I think it's because his knee. I think because he's coming off the injury and all of that. So I think they're just trying to give him some time off, and don't want to lose anybody else. So give him as much rest as he can use or whatever. Because coming back from the injury, right? He's going out there playing some games, and so it's going to be a little rough on his knee. So I'm sure they're just giving him some time off. And Deonte Banks with an ankle. He was full participation on Friday, so that's good. Saquon, once again, he's questionable. Gary Brightwell, he's questionable. Cordell Flott. Man, we got all kinds of ankles. This is the week of the ankles here. We got Azeez Ojulari, Deonte Banks, Saquon Barkley, Gary Brightwell, Cordell Flott, all got ankle problems. But Cordell Flott, he was full participation. Shane Lemieux, he's questionable with the groin. I don't even know, but I mean, he's just played so horrible this year. Of course, Marcus McKeithen, he was a knee. He's full participation, so that's good. DJ Davidson, he's questionable. He's got a knee. Evan Neal, he's got an ankle. He's questionable. That's all we need there. Now both of our starting tackles will be out. Fantastic. Jamie Gillan, the Scottish Hammer, he has he was full participation, but he had an illness. And Adoree Jackson with his ribs, he was full participation. So, but I mean, 18 guys, absolutely amazing. Meanwhile, the Bills have 7 guys, right? 7 guys. But it looks like out of those 7, 4 of them are full participation. My bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I can't count. 8 guys. I do apologize. The Bills have 8 guys. But out of the 8, 5 of them were full participation on Friday. So they just had 3 guys who are questionable. Dane Jackson, the cornerback, and their 2 Knox and Kincaid, their 2 tight ends. Kincaid's got a concussion, so you don't want to mess around with a concussion, right? Dawson Knox got a wrist, so I said in Jackson, he's got a problem with his foot. So those 3 guys were limited participation in practice on Friday. So those 3 guys are questionable. Meanwhile, I said the Giants have 5 guys who are out and 13 other guys listed. It's just absolutely amazing. And then the thing was, of course, is that during Daboll's press conference, right? Somebody asked him, I forgot who it was, somewhere along the lines of, what do you think about, putting any of these guys maybe on injured reserve or something like that, or IR, right? And he was talking about, he said, I think he was talking about Daboll and Shane are going to have to talk about that like that. I think he was saying that, I guess, tonight or whatever. So as far as maybe, is Andrew Thomas, right? I'm sure Saquon will probably want, I have a hard time believing, he was going to miss, much more time. But maybe Daniel Jones with the neck, because they just keep saying the neck. They don't say exactly what's wrong with it. They just say it's a neck and it's sore. That's all it is. They don't say what the MRI revealed or, exactly what the problem is or anything like that. So, so he's going to talk about Daboll and Shane are going to talk, I think, tonight about maybe putting somebody or anybody maybe on IR. So I'll have to wait and see. Maybe it's Andrew Thomas. Who knows? But once again, the Giants just can't catch a break this season. Just cannot catch a break. All right. Then I seen this, of course. Now, the guy here is this Gmen HQ says this New York Giants trade offer for Jerry Jeudy could land Daniel Jones a wide receiver number 1. Now, if you see, there's a video out there. I guess it happened, last night between the Broncos and the Chiefs. Steve Smith, right, the former wide receiver, NFL wide receiver. It was a heck of a wide receiver. He I guess he's got a podcast or a show or something like that, whatever it is. And he was talking about, I guess, on one of his podcasts, I guess it was, or his show, whatever, about Jerry Jeudy just being a Jag. And, Jerry, Jag is a lot of guys use that out there. I think Shannon Sharp Shannon Sharp says the same thing, calls him a Jag. Just a guy, right? He's just a guy. He's nothing special, just a guy. Well, apparently Steve Smith was calling Jerry Jeudy a Jag, just a guy. Somebody they drafted him real high. The Broncos drafted him real high, had all these expectations for him and everything. And, the talent's there, but he's just a guy. Now, also, to be fair, they have not had a juggernaut type offense, a juggernaut quarterback. They got Russell Wilson there now, but I mean, their offense is not looking what it could be. It's been rather disappointing. And even before Russell Wilson was there, I mean, their offense has just been disappointing. So has Jerry Jeudy been a little bit of a disappointment because his first round pick and all that, a lot of expectations for him? Oh, yeah. Let's see here. What do we got? Got him here? Okay, here we go. I mean, what do we got? His first year, he had 52 receptions, 113 targets, 52 receptions. So basically, he reeled in, 46% of his catches. His second season, he what was that? He only played in 10 games, so he missed some time. He caught 38 out of 56 targets. 2020, last season, he caught 67 out of 100 targets, so basically 67%, right? So last season is his best. 67 catches, 972 yards, 14 and a half yards of reception, and 6 touchdowns. So not bad. The thing is, he had 6 touchdowns last season, but his first 2 years, he only had 3 touchdown receptions. This year, and once again, I mean, the Broncos they're just a freaking mess. They're just a total mess. But I mean, he has 20 catches this season. He has no touchdowns. He's averaging 11 yards of reception. He's basically this season, he is just a guy. But Steve Smith begs to differ as far as anybody wanting to trade for him at all. He doesn't think that he's emotionally, or whatever you want to call it, grown up enough or whatever, I guess, to take constructive criticism from other people. So he said if anybody calls Steve Smith to ask them if somebody should trade for Jerry Jeudy, Steve Smith says no. He would not trade for Jerry Jeudy. He said he's basically he's just a guy. Nothing special. Now I said they got to, the question here, is, should the Giants trade, for Jerry Jeudy? Now, basically, his 5th round year was picked up. So if the Giants were to get him next season, he would be on a rather friendly deal. Now, of course, after that, he's going to want to get paid. I don't know how much you're going to want to pay him, especially if he's just a guy. But let's see. Basically, this past offseason, the Giants were reported as having heavy interest in a particular wide receiver. Could those trade rumors be ignited again? Now, granted, the Giants are being looked upon as a team that could potentially deal some of their players. The list includes Adoree Jackson, Leonard Williams, Xavier McKinney, just to name a few. Now, because these guys, their contracts are expiring, the Giants might want to let them go. They may not want to repay them, right? They might want to just move on from them. However, that doesn't mean the Giants can't also look to improve the roster for the future, which brings us to Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy, who some think could be traded with Denver's season spiraling out of control. And it says CBS Sports lists the Giants as a possible destination for the 24-year-old wideout. Thus far in the 2024 season, I think we're in the 2023 season. I think we got a typo error there. So I'll say it. Thus far in the 2023 season, Jerry Jeudy has scored 17 balls with 208 yards with no touchdowns, which might not seem like a lot, but those are better numbers than all the Giants' current wide receivers, as Darius Slayton, the Giants' leading wide receiver with 13 catches for 167 yards and no touchdowns. Giants' leading pass catcher is tight end Darren Waller, has 23 catches with 239 yards and no touchdowns. For a team that wanted to use more weapons in the passing game, it hasn't been there. With that said, could the Giants push to try and land Jerry Jeudy later this month? Perhaps this offer from Joe Schoen would get the job done. So, they have a trade proposal here. Giants trade proposal for the Broncos. New York receives Jerry Jeudy, while the Broncos get a 2024 third-round pick and a 2025 seventh-round pick. Now, the Giants, I think they traded a seventh-round pick to get Booger Basham. So they traded away the 7th-round pick for this year to get the boogeyman. So they were going to trade away a 7th-round pick, would have to be in for 2025. So they would trade away their 3rd-round pick for next season and a 7th-round pick in 2025. So reports circulated last year that Denver was asking for a 1st-round pick for Jeudy, which no team bid on. Absolutely not. With his numbers, absolutely not. Not even the Giants, who were in a big need for a receiver. Even now, the Giants can definitely not offer a 1st-round or even a 2nd-round for Jeudy, but a 3rd-round pick for him? That might be more in the line for a player like Jeudy, who's still fairly young and affordable given the current wide receiver market. Jeudy is still on his rookie contract with Denver, and his 5th-year option picked up for 2024 that will pay him $12.9 million. So very affordable. The Giants can also afford to throw in a 7th-round pick for 2025, the NFL draft, since they acquired one in the trade made over the summer. That's right. Okay. They acquired one because they traded, they swapped picks, I think, when they wound up getting Boogie Basham. So they had, I guess they got an extra 7th-round pick. So they acquired one in the trade made over the summer for Boogie Basham. With Denver selling and Jerry Jeudy likely on the block, the Broncos will likely get offers for Jeudy. And if teams have the extra assets to spare, the Giants might not be able to afford bidding war with a wide receiver now. But if Denver is willing to sell on Jeudy and they are willing to take a reasonable offer this time around, and it's something Shane should look into for not only this season, but also for the future of the team and the offense as well. So, I mean, yeah. Now, he does have a little bit, 2021, he only played in 10 games. 2022, he played in 15 out of 17 games. This season, looks like he was relatively healthy, but he does have, he's a little bit injured. You also got to look at it too, with Jeudy, is that, do they think he can be a 1? I mean, do you want to pay? I mean, because they got to pay his 5th-year option was picked up. You're going to pay him almost $13 million a season next season. I mean, he's got to be a 1. I mean, you're not bringing somebody, and then after that, it's going to go from 12.9 to whatever, 20 or whatever. He's going to want close to 20, not a little bit more. You're not paying that for I don't think so, for a wide receiver number 2. Does he think he's going to be a wide receiver number 1? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But obviously the Jeudy Giants, trade rumors have been around for a little while, and the Giants are looking for a number 1. Is Jerry Jeudy the number 1? Sometimes, you need a breath of fresh air. Sometimes you go to a different organization, a different team, different situation, different surrounding, different players and coaches, and it brings out the best in you. Who knows, but be a shame. Make sure you trade away a 3rd-round pick. I mean, obviously, is a 3rd-round pick worth a Jeudy? Yeah, I definitely think so, with his talents, obviously. Sure. But, they better be careful with the money. Because the next season you're going to be paying him 12.9, and then obviously the following season after that, if you're going to keep him around, he's going to want whatever, 20. So, but I mean, is it going to happen? Probably not. But I mean, also because you look at it also kind of like now, it's like you can get. It doesn't matter. You can have Jerry Rice out there. You can have Randy Moss out there. You can have Jerry Jeudy out there. You can have Jesus Christ out there. Doesn't matter who your wide receivers are. You have no time in the pocket. You can't throw the ball. It doesn't matter. I mean, even a Jerry Jeudy. I mean, if you're going to put 13 guys in the block, right? So the quarterback can stand in the pocket to pass the ball. Well, if Jerry Jeudy's out there against 7 defenders, is he going to be very effective? Probably not. So I mean, I don't know. The Giants have a lot bigger fish to fry than trying to get another wide receiver. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see. All right, then it's let's see. Obviously, Daniel Jones. Of course, now we know Tyrod Taylor is going to be the one starting. I said because Dable confirmed the inevitable this morning when he announced that Daniel Jones will not play Sunday night when the Giants visit the Buffalo Bills. The starting quarterback injured his neck, obviously, in against the Dolphins. He won't make the game. He'll be out, Dable said. I think he's getting better, but not good enough to play this game. So enter Tyrod Taylor, the 13-year veteran who will start for the first time in 2 seasons with the Giants. Rookie free agent Tommy DeVito will be elevated from the practice squad to serve as Taylor's backup. And now with Taylor's propensity to get injured, we just might see DeVito on the field. Right? Dable said Tyrod's a pro. Yes, he is. He comes out every day and approaches it the right way in the backup situation. But he always approaches it as if he's the starter. He's had a good week. He's prepared well, but he does that every week. 4 of the Giants will also be inactive with injuries, including obviously their offensive linemen, right? Starting configuration of the offensive line will be revealed when the offense first takes the field. So we don't know who's going to be out there, who's going to be starting, who the Fab Five's going to be on offensive line. You're not going to know until they run out on the field. So we're kind of working through that. Dable said we've been working through it during the week. So again, we'll work through it today and come up with the 5 we're going to put out there. I mean, if they get many more guys injured, I don't even know if they can put 5 guys out there. Of course, outside linebacker Azeez Ojulari, who missed the team's game last month in Arizona and San Francisco with a hamstring injury, is now sidelined with an ankle injury. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Let's see. Saquon is one of 7 players who are questionable, but has missed the last 3 games with a sprained ankle. Let's see. Taylor's last start was December 5th, 2021 for the Houston Texans against the Indianapolis Colts. He is 26, 25-1 as a regular starter in the NFL. 42 of those starts were for the Bills from 2015 to 2017 when he was 22-20. So he's out there. Well, I don't want to. He's experienced. He's good with the ball. But I mean, I don't even know if Patrick Mahomes or anybody behind this offensive line. I mean, as we saw what Patrick Mahomes, the problem he had a couple of years ago when the Chiefs played the Bucks in the Super Bowl. I mean, they didn't even score a touchdown. Why? Well, he had a lot of his offensive line. I think the 2 starting tackles were out. He spent a lot of time just running for his life. He couldn't even score a touchdown. So, I mean, if your offensive line is that banged up, bad, whatever, it doesn't matter who your quarterback is. I mean, you're really going to struggle. So, I don't expect good times with Tyrod Taylor. I really don't this week. I certainly hope I'm nothing but the best, but. All right, now then we got to see this here. Who is this? It's from Giants.com. Keys to victory. Oh, yeah. What the Giants must do on Sunday Night Football. Let's see. Plaster coverage. What the heck? Josh Allen is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Stephon Diggs is one of the best receivers in the NFL. Put them together, and the sum is even greater than the parts. Yeah. Diggs is averaging a career high 104 receiving yards per game this season. Oh, my God. He's going to probably have a field day against the Giants. And has recorded at least 100 receiving yards in 4 or 5 games, which is the most in the NFL. Diggs 5 and Gabe Davis 4 have combined for 9 touchdown catches this season, the most by any duo on the same team. So, force multiple turnovers. Yeah. And when they do, see, the thing was last week, we got the 1 turnover and we started on the 23-yard line of the Dolphins. We moved 4 plays. We went 4 yards and we kicked the field goal. You got to take advantage. You got to score a touchdown. Especially in this game, you can't, if you get, we're not shutting the Bills out. That's not happening. Even if they have like 4 or 5 turnovers, we're not shutting them out. When you get a turnover, you got to cash them in, and you really need to cash them into to touchdowns. I mean, you just can't, try to kick 4 or 5 field goals and think you're going to outscore the Bills. That's not happening. And you have to take advantage of those turnovers. Now, they certainly did on the Pinnock's 102-yard interception return. That was directly a touchdown. But the other, the 2 other turnovers the Giants had in the game, they converted into 3 points. So if they do get multiple turnovers, which is possible because sometimes, Allen likes to put the ball in harm's way, right? They need to cash it in. They need this one here. They say this all the time, every week. They need to start fast. Yep. The Giants are well aware this will be a key until they fix it. They have been outscored 94-19 in the first half of the season. Freaking pathetic. The worst differential by a wide margin. The Bills, on the other hand, have outscored their opponents 88-38 before halftime. This is not looking good. That makes a gap of 125 points in the first half. There for 125. Let's see here. Whoops. Notes and stats to impress your yellow football fans. What the heck is that? 43 of Tyrod Taylor's 53 starts were with the Bills. But his first NFL start was a wide receiver. As Giants.com's Michael Eisen wrote, that lasted 1 play. Taylor moved to quarterback for the game's second snap and threw a 20-yard completion. The date was September 13, 2015. The game was in Buffalo, and Taylor was playing his first game for the hometown Bills after spending his first 4 NFL seasons with the Baltimore Ravens. The following week, he made the first of his 42 quarterback starts, plus 1 in the postseason in 3 seasons with Buffalo. The Bills lead the NFL with 13 takeaways. The Giants are the only team who hasn't run an offensive play with a lead this season. The Bills have run 171 offensive plays with the lead this season. Tight end Darren Waller has at least 6 catches and 75 receiving yards in 2 of his 3 road games this season. Outside linebacker Kayvon Thibodeau aims for his 4th consecutive game with the sack. He had 12 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and a sack, forced fumble, and fumble recovery for the touchdown in his only other career road Sunday night football game, which was against the Commanders last season. Last week, Jason Pinnock scored the Giants' only touchdown on a 102-yard interception return, according to the Elias Sports Bureau. That is the longest return by a player on his first career interception in the Super Bowl era. Wow. Well, all right. Good old Jason Pinnock. Very, very good. Cool. I think that also ties let's see, the Giants, I believe what I heard was the Giants record that tied their record. Erich Barnes I think it was 1961. He was 61, 62, or 63, one of those 3. He only played for the Giants for 4 seasons, 61 to 64. So Erich Barnes picked off a pass in Dallas, because 1960, we only played the Cowboys 1 time, and that was at Yankee Stadium. So it was either 61, 62, or 63. 61, that he picked the pass off, ran it back 102 yards for a touchdown for the Giants, and they beat the Cowboys at in the Cotton Bowl. So I think that tied the Giants' record for a 102-yard return for a touchdown. So that's good. But I mean, I think also kind of what I was hearing is that, the Bills, they like to, especially Milano's not in there, their linebacker, okay? So they might have some openings kind of maybe, in the middle of the field a little bit. They kind of like to have their zone, right? They back up, but they got their eyes on the quarterbacks. Everything's in front of them, right? So if there's a pass, they're looking at it. They know where it's going. They know when he's letting it go and all that, right? So, I mean, if they complete it, they'll come up, they tackle, they make you march their way down the field. They try not to get long plays against them or anything like that. But, there might be a chance over the middle might be open, right? Because they back up into the zone. So this could be another good game for Waller, right? And, so Tyrod Taylor might have to take advantage of that. It's going to have to be a lot of quick throws. I mean, which if you can tire the defense out, maybe somewhere along the line you can slow down their pass rush if they get maybe a little tired. But the Giants aren't really able to do that. The Giants can't establish the running game, so there's only so much the play action's not going to work very well. He's got to get rid of the ball out of his hands very quickly. They're probably not going to be try to stand in the pocket and let 3 or 4 seconds go by and to let Hyatt do his thing or whatever. So there's only so much the Giants can do on offense. If they somehow could start quickly. The problem is that they start quickly, are they going to be able to slow the Bills down enough? Even if the Giants jump out to like a 14-0 first quarter lead, somehow, right? Are they going to be able to slow the Bills down enough, keep them under 30 points? I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. If the Giants get turnovers, they have to turn them into 7 points. Field goals. Yeah, because you can't be trading field goals and touchdowns with the Bills. You're gonna get creamed. We're already 14-point underdogs. Giants aren't good on at nighttime anyway. We're in Buffalo. Buffalo came back from last week. They had a tough loss across the pond, shall we say, right? So they're looking at this as being a get right game for them. So, everything's going for Buffalo. Not much of anything is going. We got a backup quarterback in there for the Giants. The Giants going to pretty much have almost all backups on their offensive line. There's not much going right for the Giants in this game. So, whatever keys to victory you have, there's not many. And do I hope the Giants win? Absolutely. Do I hope they win 40-0? Absolutely. But if you come back into reality, chances are they're going to lose again. So. It is what it is. Well, I'll be back again tomorrow, and I have my preview and prediction of the game, and then we'll let the chips fall where they may on Sunday night. Well, all right, guys, it's been 51, almost 52 minutes. So whoever spent any time listening to me live, thank you. Or if anybody spends any time watching the replay, just once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. As always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo!